Your clay should be, again, on the dry side of leather hard. Dry side of leather hard. Otherwise, this is going to be really difficult. It's going to be very difficult to do. Okay, so I'm trimming. Here's my thumb. Aquí pongo el dedo para que pare el cuchillo. And careful with these metal rims. Sometimes they can cut your finger. Another reason why you want to wait until it's the dry side of leather hard is because otherwise your box can really warp. You don't want it to warp. If you attach a lid and the clay is too soft, it can sag. All right, looking good. I'm happy with that. Cleaning it up constantly as I go. Flipping it again. I think this is pretty easy to do with the knife if you just lay it flat and you kind of cruise across just like that, and then you're making your connection. I use the side edge of the small edge of the rib and just go down diagonally. Up diagonally, down diagonally, and then finally you give it a nice smooth. Cleaning it up. You don't want any hard edges. You want your edges to be kind of, I'm not going to say rounded, but definitely smoothed. Alright, so I think that is my box built. There we go. So here's the box. Boom. And because it's got trapped air, so this is the bottom, because it's got trapped air inside, it's holding its shape, but you still have to be really, 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 really careful that it doesn't warp on you. And you don't push the sides in. I can see that the side is already coming in a little bit, so when I open it, I'll try and push that wall out again. Cuidado que las paredes siempre queden bien derechas, bien derechas. You want to refine it and smooth it as much as you can before you start to think about cutting the lid. All right. So I'm going to put my box on this banding wheel, and it's going to just make it easier for me to show you what's happening. When you cut the lid, you want to make sure that there are no straight lines. You want to keep your lines curved. Straight lines are very difficult to keep from breaking on a box. If you have a straight line or like a triangle piece, almost like teeth, like a zigzag teeth lid, those break really easily. So we're going to keep the lid rounded, and we want to make it like, let me see if I can draw this. So here's my piece of paper. If you do a lid that's no, 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 no. This is no, no. Okay? You want a lid that either goes straight and then humps up and continues straight, or maybe just a wave, but like an open wave, okay? Queremos una línea, una curva que está bien abierta, o quizás una curva nada más. And this is up to you. So don't make your lid too far down either, because you want to use most of the box. So let's see, I'm going to start here. And I'm just going to use my ruler. I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use my ruler as a guide. Let's see. Ruler's too big, so maybe I will use, let's see, what else do I have? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go across. And right here, I'm going to dip and continue. Okay, so that's on the right side. I'm going to pick up my design on the other side. Esto va a ser la tapadera. Voy a seguir el mismo diseño. I'm going to dip down. Now, if you make a mistake or you decide that that's too, like it's not as open as the other one, just clean it up. Don't do it too deep. That way you can clean it up and change it if you need to. So, si no hacen la línea muy honda, puedes borrarla. I could do this line with a ruler. Now that I know where my line's going to be, here's going to be my dip. Continue my line. Okay. The other one was a little bit curvier, so I'm going to maybe try and keep going with that curve. Picking up the line here on the side. I can kind of see the line right there on the side. So I'm going to pick it up. Pick it up. Whoop. Keep going. Dip. And you know, these boxes are organic, so they don't have to be perfect, but you should definitely try and be careful. So you don't want to end on a curve, because it'll make a corner there. So, quiere terminar en la esquina con una línea derecha. There we go. Nope. I'm going to make sure that these lines meet up. All right, so before I cut into this, I want to make sure that I'm happy with it. Asegúrese que el diseño le gusta antes de cortar. This is the only one I don't like because it's not as flowy as the other one. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Do it again. And I can smooth all of this out again later. Okay, boom. Now it's time for cutting. So I'm going to get my knife, Make sure it's nice and clean. Asegúrese que el cuchillo está bien limpio. Maybe a little bit of water on the knife would be a good idea. Un poquito de agua con la esponja y vamos a empezar a cortar. You want to pull straight across. And you want to come through a few times. Don't use your knife like a saw. Just pull straight across. It's not going to come off at once. You're going to have to go over a couple times. Con este cuchillo, no lo use como que está cortando carne. Whoops. I went a little off there, but that's okay. Quieres usarlo fluido y cortarlo derecho en vez de hacer así, como si fuera cortando un pedazo de carne. Va a tener que hacerlo unas cuantas veces para que ya se zafe la tapadera. This is called patience, right? Because you're also trying to follow that line. There's my corner. And so I've done 3 sides. This is my 4th side. Este es el número 4. Pared número 4. I'm standing up right now and I feel like it helps